EA Sports. We want your money.
A few of them worship me and think I'm destined for greatness. I don't disagree.
This is Dragon Age Inquisition. Is the third time a charm for Dragon Age? Dragon Age Inquisition stars a new character that you create, and your goal is to start an actual Inquisition and indoctrinate people.
The Templars should know better than anyone what that shit does to people.
How cool is that? The game's narrative involves you and your glowing hand. Your character can close rifts that nobody else can. These rifts have evil coming out of them left, right, and center in the form of bad guys that you'll slaughter, and apparently this is causing the villagers much duress. The game's story is hard to follow, however, not because the narrative is bad. It's actually quite excellent, and the dialogue options return.
The Inquisition has a purpose your chief lacks.
But rather because you're doing so many side quests that by the time I got back onto the same mission as last time, I had no idea what was going on. The game's narrative is well done, the voice acting is spectacular, and the writing is great, just like you would expect from a Bioware game. I honestly have no complaints, even though some gamers chose to look at the story in a shallow fashion. Like I said, if you engulf the main storyline with the narrative, I'd certainly say it's far more interesting than 2's storyline, but maybe not up there with 1.
I think maybe we should make that a priority.
Dragon Age Inquisition tasks you to select a party and venture out into the battlefield where you will complete your mini-quests and storyline objectives. It has all the fundamentals that you would expect in a game such as this. Do not expect a huge Skyrim-style open world because each area is a zone, but it is a massive zone with plenty to do. And it is the best of its kind. Think more a large-scale single-player Guild Wars. The plenty of quests, farming options, grinding, loot, and recipe gathering allow you to have so much fun that by the time you engulf yourself in the main storyline, don't be surprised if you've already sunk 20 or 30 hours into the game. The graphics are absolutely insane if you're playing this on a next-gen console or PC.
Beg that I succeed.
As I said, it's not a huge Skyrim-style open world, but the areas are absolutely massive in and of themselves, and this is a great improvement over the disastrous Dragon Age 2. Main points in the storyline are escalated with boss battles that range from challenging to very challenging, and you will have to use your strategic battle ability. Such tactics are necessary to win tougher battles, but you will have to get tactical the further you advance in the game. EA has absolutely done a fantastic job with cultivating Bioware's talents. Unfortunately, we can't always say the same for EA as a whole. Dragon Age Inquisition is an absolute blast to play, whether you're a rogue, mage, or warrior. So the question remains, is Dragon Age Inquisition worth your money? If you were bummed out by previous Bioware experiences recently, such as the ending for Mass Effect 3, Star Wars The Old Republic, or Dragon Age 2 as a whole, let your faith be restored with Dragon Age Inquisition.
Do I really need to oversee even more death? I'm nearly at capacity.
I share your distaste for more bloodshed, but it needn't come to that.
If there's one negative thing I have to say about Dragon Age Inquisition, a couple of the zones feel a little sparse and empty, but a couple zones are just towns, and a couple zones are just little questing areas for herb gathering and sightseeing. Otherwise, every populated zone gave me tons of quests and hours worth of content beyond the storyline. So if you can forgive past Bioware incarnations, I think you'll have a lot of fun with Dragon Age Inquisition.
Templars!
Focus past the Herald. Let his will draw from you.